Logus, Bamboo Mouse, FadiB, BowserHugs. This is the Fire to Open. Group B.
Hello and welcome to Group B of the Fire to Open. With me, as always, is Andrew Martin.
Hello, guys.
So, we are waiting on one player right now to stop by, hang out, have a good time. It's fine. We'll get him in. So what are your predictions so far on this group?
FadiB and Logus are definitely the top two in this group. Bowser could surprise us, so could Bamboo. Bowser typically played two-player games, so this will definitely be a change of pace for him. Logus is a really good all-around player, FadiB as well. I haven't really seen anything of Bamboo yet.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't even seen his name since this before this tournament, so
that is
let's see what he's able to do.
That's because he has never played with anyone in this group at all. He's never played a game with anybody. He hasn't played many games at all. I had to go back about 2 years to catch 50 games of his. So he's a decently good player, though. So overall, I think he'll do fine. But it is. Oh, my light isn't working. Okay. But it is a question of whether or not he actually whether or not he shows up. Whether or not he actually shows up, and two, whether or not he does well in this. So
Chris, heads up.
Yeah,
before I say my volume needs to be louder.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Twice as high. Okay, good.
Like twice as high. Okay.
Twice as high, everybody's saying. Yeah.
Great, twice as high. I do love twice as high on volume. So let me get that fixed. And while we were waiting on Bamboo Moosey.
Was it moose or mouse?
Mouse. Okay, all right. So here's the deal, right? And I can go on this small tangent real quick about Bamboo Mouse, right? So Bamboo Mouse was I originally thought his name was Moose, and it just stuck there for a long time, right? And then I was corrected that it was Mouse, right? And I was like, oh, so like moose you put in your hair, right? So then I just called him Moose still until I sent a preview clip of this of the intro that we just showed, and one of my friends was like, "That's wrong. You can't. That's not the way you say mouse." I was like, "No, it's totally the way you say mouse. You say this word." She's like, and then eventually we got that sorted out. But yeah, not moose like the hair product. I will tell you that much.
I'm glad we got it fixed.
Yeah, it was on and off for a little while, but it is now good. It was. So, anyways, well, this is the first no-show we've had so far. We're gonna give him about 10 minutes to show up to the game, and then if not, we will end up replacing him with somebody. We'll find somebody. We will. Because you can play Terra Mystica 3-player, but is it good?
Yeah. Are you planning to just find a random to join?
Oh, I won't find it. I want to find a random person. I'll send a message out to the people that I've said, hey, you're a backup.
Okay.
Please be on standby. Now, whether or not they actually know they're supposed to be, or they're at their computer, different story entirely. Or could be a different story entirely. So let's see. Okay. It's making me a little nervous though, just like a little teeny bit nervous.
Honestly, I'm kind of interested in 3-player Terra. Like, it's definitely interesting.
Yeah.
It's kind of like you open econ favor, like no. Oh, he's here. You open econ favor, like no matter what. It's kind of interesting. Or stronghold or something.
Okay, perfect. We have Bamboo. He's here. all is well with the world. So with that, now I can show you the stats of this group, which include him. Alrighty, so let's first start with the match history, right? What's really weird with this group in particular is that Bamboo Mouse has not played anyone in this group, so that makes the entire group record really weird. BowserHugs has never played with Logus at all, right? He just recently played with FadiB 2 days ago. Very interesting game. And then Logus and FadiB have been playing forever, right? They have played way too many games together. Their record right now is 34-14, but again, as I kind of alluded to in the preview, it could be that FadiB just doesn't try. Who knows? I'm gonna say probably not then. And then the player poll results for these people. What's interesting about these numbers is that Logus's fear factor is the highest by far in this group, and he's actually tied with NerdCube for the highest fear factor in the entire group, or the entire rest of the tournament. For people who are still here, Zorus, as we know from last broadcast, was knocked out. This group has a decently high walkover factor. Oddly enough, it is BowserHugs who has the highest walkover factor. And I will say the most interesting part is that the only thing this man fears is himself, saying, I know I can bait him, being himself, right, into playing some weird stuff like triple econ dwarves or that kind of nonsense.
I'm a fan of that.
But other than that, no one fears Logus particularly, in this group at least. He's feared by the rest of the people, but not in this group. So, and then we should have a little bit of diversity in this group when we're looking at the factions they're likely to pick. Bamboo Moose is a very standard player with Darklings, Engineers, and a little bit of Halflings thrown in. FadiB and Bowser like to throw in some Giants, and also are pretty good with them. I'm gonna think that we're gonna have more Nomads and Witches and Engineers. I would not be surprised if we had all 4 of Engineers, Giants, Witches, and Nomads in the 2 games that we're in. Maybe not all of them in everyone, but I wouldn't be surprised if we had it in at least one of them. So, with that in mind, I'm going to go ahead and tell them to start the game, and then we can get into the bids. Our favorite part of Terra Mystica. Love me some bids.
It is my favorite part. Like, I can't stand playing without auction.
Okay. Now what I want to understand is like why that particularly is for you. Because in fact,
I don't want to be 4th seat and then just be like, well, I've lost. Like, that's dumb. Who would ever want that?
Okay, fair enough. I have won as 4th seat at least once, so.
Sure, you can. I'm not saying you can't. It's just like the majority of times they're just like, well.
All right. So it appears we are in the game right now. So let's go ahead and get started. So, opening bids. Let's look at this. Look at this board real quick. Anything in particular pop out at you for this?
No 6 coin bonus in the game. Leads to lower coin games. The track can't score too much. We got Temple and Stronghold Sanctuary in the last 2 rounds. It's tough for the majority of factions to get 2 towns in round 4. So for the most part, it's a lower scoring setup with only 2 bonus tiles and lower coins. That's what sticks out to me. I guess it's not really lower coins. You got Spade round 2, Temple round 5, so you got plenty of coins in the cults bonuses. So yeah, I take back what I said. There's enough coins in this game, but it's definitely a lower point scoring setup.
Got it. So let's see what we have going on here. while I fix an overlay. I just updated the bid overlay today. So
What changes were made?
So it is now not as, I'm gonna say, the map is bigger, the names are bigger. There's not as much empty space on the board. So let's go ahead and fix that real quick and go out of studio mode. Now let's see what else we have here.
FadiB put in Darklings this game.
Love
very good faction here with a low scoring game. When you're able to score, I don't know, like 20 or so points, you can probably score more than 20. But you're gonna score a bunch of points with their ability, and that's gonna make in a lower scoring game, inherent scoring is really good.
Yeah, I agree. It's and this definitely with the stronghold being so late, and then temple being so late, this will definitely be a lower scoring game. And I want to know what your opinion on this, but what I think in particular is that if you don't get Earth 1, then your last 2 rounds are not going to be that good, because
Earth 1's going to be important this game, I believe. And fourth seat needs some compensation, so fourth seat will be getting double dig, but I'm not sure if fourth seat gets enough compensation for not getting Earth 1 this game.
I agree.
Assuming fourth seat's the one that doesn't get double dig, doesn't get Earth 1.
Yeah, unless Stormlings or something like that gets put in here, I don't see how they don't get it, or how it isn't them who doesn't get it. So we have Cultist next, put in by Bamboo Moose. That's interesting. Let's see, Bamboo Moose is not particularly good with Cultist as far as his stats go, but Bamboo Moose's worst faction, according to his stats, are Cultist. So interesting pick by him.
Do you know if he's been playing on Snellman?
I don't know. This is just BGA, so that's what we have right now. At some point, I'm going to integrate Snellman into here, but also Snellman doesn't have auction, so it gets really weird with how things work with average score and stuff like that. Okay, so we have Cultist, Darklings. I'm gonna say Engineers are probably the next pick. It's a very simple. Okay, well, the 2 factions side by side. Let's pick the one that is the opposite from both of them.
And dwarves are kind of looking good here, to be honest.
Okay, sell me on dwarves.
Selling you on dwarves. So as I said, it's a low scoring setup, right? So dwarves have inherent scoring. They can score points without having to, follow the track as hard. So in the last 2 rounds, when people are able to score a max of, I guess technically you could score 14 in the last 2 rounds, but you're probably looking at 9 points in the last 2 rounds without murdering your economy. So or even with the super strong economy, if you have a super strong economy, you're fighting for network, so you're not gonna just you're not gonna build 3 temples with in the temple scoring and then still try and compete for network. So you're gonna be scoring a bunch of points. Oh, Fakirs, I love that.
Yeah, it is.
Inherent scoring. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Darklings, Darklings, dwarves, and Fakirs all have inherent scoring that can score points in those last 2 rounds. Although I still don't think Fakirs are good in this game.
No,
at all.
I don't either, but dwarves are gonna keep going down. And Fakirs, I feel like that pick was so fast. It was Logus is like, whatever gets picked here, I'm going Fakirs. I don't care. So how do you feel about the faction as a whole?
Logus is really good with Fakirs.
Well, Logus ended up just cutting a lot of our bid time down. Love that from him. Throwing down 20 on dwarves already. Now, I will say that's an interesting. Dwarves are. That's an interesting way to play because I've noticed that if you make a big jump, oftentimes people shy away from it for a little while, and often entirely.
See,
Uh,
I find it the opposite. So when I see, or I guess whenever I was top rated and I would bid down really quick on a faction, people would be like, "Hey, this guy must know what he's doing. I think that he's right, and so I'm just gonna bid it down because he thinks it's good."
that's fair. Like it's not so much the quickness of bidding down; it's how much you bid down. So instead of going down one at a time, right? When you put it down by 10 or so, by 5 or 10, and now we've got Darklings going down a little bit at a time. Let's see who is best at what here. Bamboo Moose, his best faction is by far Darklings. And that's pretty true of everybody, it seems. I mean, Darklings are just a very good faction. Logus has the highest score with Darklings overall, so it would not surprise me if he went for them. Dwarves. There's no one in particular that's great with dwarves at this table, right? Bamboo Moose is actually of the last 50 games has the highest average place and the highest average score of any of the dwarves. Of any of them playing dwarves.
I think Logus and FadiB are really good at dwarves.
Okay. See, this is why you're here. I'm here to give stats, and you're here to tell me why they're wrong.
I am surprised that that Logus bid down dwarves before he bid down Darklings. Like I get he sped it up. I feel like if you're gonna do a big jump, you do that on Darklings. Like Darklings are at 30 still. Darklings are probably better than dwarves. I don't see a reason why Darklings aren't better than dwarves.
Well, dwarves have no color neighbor at all, so that's got to be at least a small plus.
Yeah, Darklings just tend to be pretty fine with Darklings are pretty fine with color neighbors because like digging, it doesn't matter. They have so many digs typically.
That's fair. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about. Okay, I will state this as somebody who does not really recognize that the other side of the gray board exists. When I I pick engineers, and at no point am I picking dwarves. So I have very few legitimate opinions on dwarves, I would say.
I will say that when you look at the two boards,
yeah,
they're the way you play them are very similar, and you know, engineers are just better. Like, so you're gonna be taking engineers like 95 out of 100, I'd say, over dwarves.
Okay. Let's see. So Darklings are down to 15. Darklings are down to 14. Dwarves are down to 16. This is a fast bid too. I will say that Bamboo Moose is a very, very fast player. So this will be
Good.
You're just like, all right, perfect. We don't have to be here that long. Great, wrap it up.
Dude, I played like the slowest game I've ever played this morning. It was like so bad.
What was so bad about it?
No, like I played slow.
Oh, you did. Okay. Wait, why are you
Like,
playing slow? Don't play slow.
Because I'm slow. I need to play more Terra. I can't, like, I don't play much anymore. I need to play more.
Well, it's because you're a caster now.
I'm a caster. The brightest stars burn out the fastest.
Yep. I mean, at this point, you basically just retired. So. And that's okay. You're following the esports retirement path. You go into play, you get your tournament winning, or you get your tournament not winnings because you want a plaque. That's not really like, you can't, you can sell that, but
I got a shirt.
You got a shirt too. All right, you can sell that too.
Yeah.
But you're getting maybe $5 to $10 for that, and I don't think you can retire off $5 to $10. So then you got to go into casting where the real money is.
Oh yeah.
As we both know, because we're both getting paid so much for these casts that we're doing. And then after that, I don't know. After that, you go into management. So you'll be managing a professional Terra Mystica scene or professional Terra Mystica team soon enough. If you're following the esports path.
If we're getting back to the game here, I'm very surprised that nobody's even touching the cultists yet. Like, I mean, I get they're in a sandwich, and sandwich cultists can be bad, but so Darklings are going to start C1, not E5. So cultists can still make a center town.
Mm-hmm.
Fakirs aren't starting G4, I think, like next to cultists and Darklings on the east. So I don't see why it's so bad for cultists. Anytime you're in a color sandwich, it's bad. But I think it could be worse, and that cultists aren't that bad.
I just don't want to touch a color sandwich with a 10-foot pole. That's kind of how I feel about it, right? And that may be incorrect, but in a game where, I mean, between Fakirs and cultists, though, I don't know. Fakirs and a not color sandwich, or the color sandwich cultist.
Logus bit on cultists. He just did it.
All right.
I'm not surprised.
Neither am I. Out of the two, I assume it's gonna go down probably maybe 5 points or so, and then we're gonna have a Fakirs player. Now we know that Bamboo Moose is, I would state, one of the weakest players of the tournament, but I don't think he's bad per se. But I will say it is difficult to figure out when players of maybe not your skill level are going to just take the 30-pointer, right? That is a skill to have. Because at some point, you're a little worried that you're going to bid down something just a teeny bit too far, and or what's going to happen, what happened in my MSO game, where we each bid 30 on something, and then we were done with bidding, and the guy who was playing with me, it was Gino, right? He was like, wait, we're all starting at 30? What happened here? So
the way to avoid that is when you're bidding, just always bid on the faction that has the best deal right now. So I think cultists at 30 points are the best deal compared to Darklings at 11 now and Dwarves at 14. So if I am somebody bidding, I'm bidding on cultists right now. And say cultists get bid down 5 points, and then I'm like, well, now I think Darklings had the best deal, so I'll go bid on them. And you just to avoid ever being sad about like when someone goes over to a 30 faction and finalizes bidding, you just always bid on the faction with the best deal, and then you're never sad. Works
noted.
Every time.
Okay.
Works every time.
Yeah, I'm not a very savvy bidder. I tend to go 30 most of the time, or I tend to go either 30 or way too low, right? So for me bidding is probably the most difficult. It's been the most difficult transition going from TM Tour going from Snellman to PGA.
Yeah, that's fair. Like, it's hard to know what the evaluations of all the factions are going to be. Like, you can know, like, hey, this is the best faction because of your play. But also, like, when you play on Snellman, you're not going to get these crazy factions in the game. Like, you never see Fakirs on Snellman. I think you should see it more. Like, if Blue's in the game, Fakirs are plenty viable. But
even more viable than Nomads?
Oh no. Well, it depends on the setup. Like if it's a low scoring setup, and you're 4th seat and you can get like the spade and there's a priest bonus and like there's a dwelling pass tile and like you can it's like temple round 2, dwellings round 3, and you can just start flying in round 3, fly in round 4, build a bunch of trading houses in 5. Like I think Fakirs can be viable.
Okay. So we see that cultists are getting bid down to 24 now. Not bad. Not a bad number for them. When do you think we're going to Fakirs for 30?
A few more bids on cultists, maybe 1 or 2 on darklings and dwarves, and I think we'll see a Fakir's player.
Okay.
So I'd say in like plus or minus the next 2 minutes.
So, do you have any predictions on who that Fakir's player is going to be?
If I had to guess, it'd be Logus. He's definitely the most comfortable with Fakirs. So I think when people are thinking like, "Hey, I'm really bad with Fakirs," or not saying they are thinking that, but saying there's a possibility of them thinking like, "Yeah, I haven't really ever played Fakirs." Like if you've played on Snellman, you might. If you've only played on Snellman, you might never have played Fakirs. I hadn't played Fakirs until I started bidding and realized that they were actually a faction.
Yep.
So I think Logus being the most comfortable with them will end up with them because others are just going to keep bidding because they're not comfortable with them, and Logus will end up with them.
Actually, it's funny you say that because Fakirs are Bamboo Moose's second most picked faction and one of his highest scoring factions. So I think he's pretty comfortable with them. I'm not sure if he's gonna go to them now because he is the person to bid, right? Maybe he thinks dwarves are just that much better. But I think of the two, or of the people playing right now, I do agree that it's gonna be either Logus or it's gonna be Bamboo Moose. Mouse. Sorry, my apologies. My apologies to Mr. Bamboo. It is very difficult to break habits.
It 100% is.
As
As I
that
said at the start of the cast, I haven't really seen anything of Bamboo, so
yeah.
can't really speak for him.
So cultists are going down to 22. No big deal for cultist. I'm not sure if they're 11 points within Darklings or Dwarves territory though. I will state that
one
much.
thing I will say is it depends on how much cult pressure there is. So obviously Fakirs aren't going to pressure cults.
Nor Darklings.
Well, Darkling's good. Darkling's can definitely play a high cult game.
Okay.
You start with a priest, and then they very easily could get priest bonus tile. When you look at the bonus tiles, I'm going to guess that Fakirs get the spade bonus because Fakirs always need more spades. Dwarves take worker power. I guess cultists are taking priest over 2 workers, and then Darklings get the 2 worker bonus. But if Darklings somehow get a priest bonus tile, you can take a priest power action, and bam, you have three cult steps round 1. And then from there, you get an early town, 2 cult town. You can, in round 5, you can get like a temple or 2 for 3 cult steps to secure your cults.
Speaking of past tiles, I am now noticing that I completely forgot to throw those into the overlay. So you can see those in Group C and get excited because those will be in the overlay in Group C. Don't you worry. Just can't fix it now. So we're still at things being bid down. We are still waiting for somebody to take Fakirs. And this is one of those things where whenever we're talking about bid in particular, right? This is kind of one of my frustrations with bid is that things often are such a big point disparity and it often takes so long to get there, right? Because you don't want to be the person that bids cult or darklings down to 10 and then everyone takes the other ones for 30, right? So everything's got to go down little by little by little by little. And then eventually we get to the point to where it's taken down.
I think 1 or 2 more bids on Darklings, and it'll be time.
Okay, I'm holding you to that. If it isn't, then like caster badge being taken away.
I'm off the team.
You're off the team.
I'm off the team.
And you know what? You're doing great on the team so far.
On the team. Let's see, he bid down on Darklings. Look at that. Look at that.
Yep, there we go. Small bid down on Darklings. All right, so it's Fatty to pick now. I don't think Fatty's going Fakirs. based on previous records, I don't think Fatty is going to go for Cures no matter what.
No matter what.
Yeah,
Man, you might have to give up your caster badge.
Oh no. It's my broadcast. I can do whatever I want to. I can make as many bad calls as I want to. Do you remember the time when I said Rainier didn't have any chance in heck to take the game 2 last time? I remember that.
Yeah.
he hasn't let us live that down since then. So, but yeah, it is. It's my broadcast, so I can my caster badge is constantly here. It's constant. It's staying. It's mounted on the wall. All right. Yep. Fatty goes with dwarves. And so it is now Moose's turn to take one, and I think it may be Fakir's. I think he's thinking about it. Now, I'll say I did watch a game of his earlier today. Nope, it is Darklings with a bit of 8. Oh, sorry, it's Dwarves with a bit of 8. Yeah. Thank you. So I did watch a game of his today, and it was a rough game of Bamboo Mouses.
Huh.
So I watched a game of his today. It was a rough Nomads game. So I wonder if he's a little shaken up by it. He seemed a little shaken up by that, actually. So we'll see. His confidence was a little thrown off. So we'll see if that comes into play here. Into how risky he's willing to be in his factions that he's taken. Okay, so dwarves, right? Many people I have heard say you can't take, or you shouldn't take Earth 1 as your first favor with dwarves. Is that still true even in this game, when there's going to be such a rush for Earth 1?
So I think that Earth 1 and Earth 2 are about the same amount of points. So 6 workers is... So 6 workers, or I guess it's 5 workers at the end of round 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's very huge. It'll give you an extra coin. It might give you an extra dig. So that's a ton of stuff. And for dwarves, when your limiting factor is workers... Oh, here it is. And Logus did go with Fakir.
It was Logus.
Who could have guessed it?
Who could have guessed it? I
and,
definitely could have. All right, let's go ahead.
But I would not be surprised if dwarves went Earth 1 into Earth 2.
Yeah. Could they go Earth 1 into Earth 2 though? If let's see. Yeah, could they go into Earth 1 or 2?
Yeah. Round you can always go econ favor round 2. It depends how the digs work out. So my prediction is that dwarves getting worker power, they could double dig and go Earth 2, and that's really reasonable as dwarves. Like, you have inherent scoring. You get your economy snowballing. You get 4 points for building dwellings round 1. And then you just take Earth 2. The other thought is you get worker power. You can tunnel once in round 2, get double dig round 2. So you do like 3. You have a quick round 1. You do 3 actions. You then go into a double dig round 2, and then you just skip Earth 2 altogether. I mean, dwarves, there's so many ways to play them in this game that I like the flexibility that dwarves have.
Me too. I feel like I'm gonna enjoy this dwarves game. This will teach me a thing or two, maybe. We'll see. Okay. So there's gonna be a nice little leech party in the middle, or sorry, in the east. The only problem I foresee for cultist is if fakirs decide to go into that party as well.
That's an interesting question. So the one major problem with that is if you don't get an early enough town top on this center yellow hex, what is it? E8.
Okay.
If you don't get E8, you're probably in trouble. Although you might be able to connect south.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's kind of risky to start there. It might be worth it. It might be worth the risk. I mean, the other risk is if you start D3 like usual. What if Darklings are just like, I'll start double east. Then what are you doing as Fakirs? You don't have a neighbor in the west. You don't have a neighbor to start the game. Well, I guess you have Cultist as a neighbor in the center, but
Yeah.
overall it can get a little hairy. Now
Kind of-
I predict Fatty to start C1.
I think worst case scenario is that Fakirs will pick. Fakirs will go ahead and pick Spade, and then they will dig to dwarves going in the center. So
Well, cultists are probably starting center, right?
that's yeah. Cultists are probably starting center too. So otherwise, where are cultists starting? Other than that,
They could start double east.
oh, that's a rough thing if Darklings take them.
It's probably wrong, but I mean, if he starts double east, then Darklings are staying away from that. But then Darklings are kind of sad. It might start. I mean, if cultists were to start double east, Darklings might like double dig this yellow round one, and then cultists are sad. It could get really messy, but I don't think he'll do that. I think he's just gonna start center. Darklings are gonna start C1. Everybody's kind of happy they're able to predict. Leech Fest is probably happening in the east, even if Darklings start C1.
Yeah, even
think,
even if cultists go in the middle.
Yeah, I mean, I think Darklings. Cultists do go double east.
Oh wow, this is an interesting setup.
So yeah, in my opinion, I think that's wrong. I think that's giving. I think that's giving dwarves too much leech, and you're also as cultists like depending on. You're depending on dwarves to accept your leeches.
Andrew, do we lose you? We might have lost Andrew. He'll come back hopefully soon. Yes, we have. Okay.
You hear me now?
Yeah. Your internet is on the fritz a little bit, so it's fine.
Everything's running good. That's weird.
We have 2 times this has happened, once to each of us, so at least you're not the one streaming this. So let's see. Where are Darklings going? I'm still gonna guess they're gonna go east.
Or the Darklings are gonna go E5 now.
Okay.
I think this depends on how Fatty plays this. Fatty could be in a rough spot here. Fatty could be in a great spot here. So the problem with Fatty starting E5, he's probably first action in digging E6.
Yeah.
Which means no Earth 1, presumably.
Yeah.
That also means he's not in the East Leech party. I guess he and Fakirs can feed each other Leech Center. Yeah, I mean, I would probably start E5 because I'm comfortable with playing double econ, but it's really not great here.
Not just double econ, triple econ.
Triple econ. Oh yeah, I mean, this is a triple econ game if I've ever seen it.
Oh yeah, 100%. The end game scoring is so good. Yeah, we did update on the triple econ, by the way. We did see that. It did happen earlier this week, and it was kind of as bad as we thought, but not.
No, I blew it. That was supposed to be mine.
Okay.
Oh man. But Raphael played a very good Nomads game. He's ranked 2 in Arena, you know. You can only do so much.
I mean, he's not ranked 1, so like what even is the point of comparing him? He's no nerd cube, so.
He's no nerd cube.
Let's see. So we have a priest from Cultist. And
We'll see if Darklands open Sanctuary. I think if they're able to open Sanctuary, they should.
yeah.
If they're able to get Earth 1 and presumably Earth 2,
Yeah.
I would guess, and then also a priest to Earth, like, oh, that's so good.
What if, and hear me out here, right? What if instead of that they took Earth 1, Water 1? Get those two scoring favors out right away.
It's almost certainly wrong.
Then you'll never miss out on the scoring favors.
I mean, you might miss out on Air 1 because you just want the economy to take it. Like,
Okay, that's fair.
I think it's very wrong to take Earth 1 and Water 1 with the Sanctuary round 1.
That's fair. They could.
That's like never right, like ever.
Okay, well, I wouldn't say never, but
I think it's like never right. I think that's a legitimate, like, never do this.
okay, all right. Well, we all have opinions. Okay, so we see 2 Earth 1s, and we're about to see a third Earth 1 probably.
Yeah, I mean, Bamboo going Temple before. If he was going Earth 2, he would have taken Double Dig there.
Mm.
So the second he went Temple, we can assume that he's going Earth 1. Logus, sad, not Earth 1, and no compensation for not getting Earth 1 in a Double Dig. I'm not sure if this is great for him.
No, this is really bad for him, actually. This is really, really bad for him.
Yeah. He can't even take a priest. Like, if he was able to take a priest, he could Temple and build 2 dwellings this round.
Yeah.
He might be able to take a priest later because he can fly to E9, I think it is. E8. Mm-hmm. Yeah, E8.
And
take priest. No Sanctuary from Darklands. I would have really loved to see that. I think it was their best line. Take 2 workers there. Take 6, because he had the leech to take both the 2 workers and the 7 coins action. So I think he might have missed something there.
Yeah.
Cultist getting a Double Dig, very good.
Yeah, it's a really good start for Cultist.
Yeah, this is a very good start for Dwarves as well. Just getting so much leech. You get 1 dig here and probably 2 digs next round.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to be in the Dwarves position if I was in any position.
I guess we can start saying, why did Logus throw already? I mean, he didn't have to.
I'm not really sure what he was predicting. Like, I predicted this. I mean, maybe he just thinks Fakirs are still fine here, which that might be true.
It could be. They could be.
He also could have been banking on Dwarves going Earth 2.
Yeah. That's
fair. I want to know why FadiB didn't go Sanctuary. Like, 2 workers, 7 coins. I feel like that's really good for them.
Mm-hmm. And cut off from Dwarves against the Fakirs player.
That's a very good move.
Yeah. Because your other...
That's really 2 hexes with that dig.
Yeah.
And it kind of, in a way, it kills a Fakir's town because your Sanctuary town is already over on the west. And now you're not really making a town center. I mean, the only way you could do it is if you double dug a hex, but digs are just so hard to come by for Fakirs.
Yep. When you start on 7-5, it's just... And not even the good 7-5, it's the wrong 7-5. Okay, now here's the question. I think that Darklings can still get 7 coins and 2 workers. I think they can do everything.
So, yes, if they're able to throw a priest to Earth, throw a priest to Water, take the 2 workers, take the 7 coins, that's going to be such a strong opening. So, I mean, their next move almost certainly is priest to Earth.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not, I think that's a big mistake.
It is? Priest to Earth?
Priest Earth, and they still have all the power to get the 2 workers and get the 7 coins. So
They do.
I think that's what he's supposed to do here.
Yeah, they have to take the workers next round too, because if they don't, then cultists take them. Cultists need those workers so bad right now.
You think they're? Personally, I don't think cultists want the workers here. I mean, if you take the workers, you build an extra dwelling this round, sure. But now
Oh yeah, you build only one extra.
But now you're down to 1 coin and no power.
That's fair. Okay. Yep. You're right.
Now dwarves, they might take the 2 workers, but I think it's much better for them to just pass here.
Pass, get the double dig next round.
Yeah. And as the dwarves player, you can assume that cultists are building their dwelling with their next move, which means you don't have to take 3 power and temp ship to get the double dig. You probably take 4 coins in a cult, and you're just banking on cultists building that dwelling. Because as you can see, they're right now 2 power short of the double dig. And he does that. He takes the 5 coins in a cult.
Do love 5 coins in a cult. That's 6 coins.
Oh yeah, 6 coins and a dig.
6 coins and a dig. I do love both of those things. So let's see. All right, so we have. What is Logus going to do here? What can he do here? I assume he's only able to pass.
Yeah, I think he's gonna pass for 3 power and a worker, but I just like he usually has a tricks. He usually has a trick up his sleeve, but I don't see it.
I don't see the trickery either.
Like he's gonna go 2nd temple next round, probably another econ favor, and then another temple or a sanctuary later for water 1. I mean, if he doesn't get Earth 1 or water 1, I think he's doomed. But I don't think it's worth taking water 1 next round because I don't think his economy is anywhere near where it's supposed to be right now.
Yeah, this start's rough. The start is real rough. And it just shows the volatility of the volatility of Terra Mystica, right? It's one of those things where you make one wrong move in faction selection or dwelling placement and you're just dead. So
I wouldn't say he's dead yet though.
Yeah. You could be. I don't think he's dead.
Dead.
Yeah, I don't think he's dead just yet. That's correct.
Not quite yet.
So
give it a round or 2, and then we'll see.
Let's see. But good news. Go ahead.
Good news.
Yeah, good news is that he does get 1 spade next round, so that's nice.
But does he take it?
I assume he should.
I don't think he's gonna. He's gonna have. He took the. Yeah, he's gonna just go a 2nd temple.
All right, so workers are gone. Fatty listening to the broadcast.
Fatty's doing it. Yeah. All right. Good man. I like this opening from Dark Queens.
I do too. Very much enjoy this opening. It's gonna get. We'll have 3 shovels next round. He's having a good time up here. He's having a great time. Takes coins. Love it.
Takes coins. Yeah, my prediction is Sanctuary, Earth 2, Priest to Water this round for him, and then pass for the Priest. Oh. Would he pass for the Priest? Yeah, he's gonna have 3 worker income. Yeah, he's gonna pass for the Priest. He's just.
Yeah, he's gonna have a monster game. He's not gonna connect, but he's gonna have a monster game otherwise. I don't think there's any way he can connect because cultists are definitely going to be able to get to that black hex before he can. All right, so now we're waiting on the. We're waiting on the pass tile. I don't foresee. No. Okay, this is an interesting development. So no shovel pass tile for him. What are your thoughts on not taking the shovel pass tile? And my co-host has no thoughts on this. All right. Not taking shovel pass tile, not the worst thing in the world. I can see why he wouldn't, because he doesn't exactly have a lot of places to go, and he can get south with temp shipping, so it isn't the worst thing in the world. I would have loved to see the coins in spades though.
For who?
For cultist. They took temp ship instead. Now, if you are the Darklings here, do you take the coin spade or do you take the priest?
That is an interesting question, and my instincts are always get the coins, right? I almost always take coins and the dig.
Okay.
Now, here is a game where we've talked about how low scoring the game is, and he's gonna get 7 coins next round. He's not gonna get the 7 coins action. Yeah, I mean, I would still lean towards the dig and 2 coins, and that's what he does.
Yeah, it's early enough where I think that's the correct call.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically, fire 1 or earth 1 for a round, if you think about it. It's kind of like, hey.
Yeah, it's do you want to trade 2 coins for 2 points? Which, in this particular instance, I think is plenty fine. So we see Bamboo Moose taking double shovel here. Very, very good turn. And let's see on which one he builds. I'm going to assume in the center. Seems like the correct move here is to take the center hex. And then he does not take center hex. Okay, very interesting. I don't think it matters. I don't think it really matters at all. But he could have gotten a power here. That is the one thing he's missing out on is 1 power.
Yep. To go back to what you were saying about the cultists.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the dig was better than the temp ship.
Yeah, I think so too. I think he could have easily gotten coins here, increased his shipping, and then.
Well, not even that. It depends on what his game plan is. I'm not sure if his game plan involves connecting or not. And if the game plan doesn't involve connecting, he can just build a bridge.
He could have just
taken temp ship.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, I don't know what his plan was here.
Now he doesn't even have the option to take a dig. Like, dig was taken, double dig was taken, then single dig was taken. Now he's like, now what?
Yeah, he should have known that that's going to be taken.
I think I think that was a big mistake. Now, luckily, he's got so much power. He's going to take 7 coins, and he's going to take 2 workers, and he's going to hard dig it.
Yep.
This is my guess. And then, he's going to get 3 more dwellings out this round, I expect. Which, still a good opening, but it could be slightly more efficient with 2 coins and a worker rather than 3 power.
Yeah, I think slightly more is putting it lightly. I think it would have been way more efficient.
Yeah, that's fair. Now, interesting decision here for dwarves. So he can build 2 dwellings, a dwelling on that gray hex, F4.
F4.
Or do that, which he does. He can do that and tunnel again. He can do that and make a priest into a worker, and then do a temple, or even go to sanctuary this round. And I think I would have skipped that. I would have gone temple. No, I would have gone sanctuary. I think I would have.
Sanctuary.
So, if I'm looking at temple between temple and sanctuary this game, my usual decision between which one it is I look at the game and I'm just like, how many priests am I going to need for shipping and digging?
Mm-hmm.
Dwarves don't need shipping, and you're not going to increase digging till late. I then look at the cult track and say, like, am I going to play high cult? All the 3 steps are taken. Cultists and Darklings are playing fairly high cult games.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think this is a game for dwarves to go high cult. So I'm pretty sure that dwarves' best play was not to build that dwelling, save that for next round, and get 2 points for it, and then just go Sanctuary Earth 2 this round.
See, I think this is where we're gonna have a small disagreement here. What my plan would be currently is to upgrade at least one of my dwellings, build that dwelling, and then upgrade at least one of my dwellings to a trading post. Go ahead.
That's very viable. Their first trading house is just so good. 3 coins.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're gonna get 3
dirty.
coins from it. You're gonna get
dirty.
Yeah.
Dirty good.
And sending a priest to Earth, you're gonna get 5 coins on top of that. So you're starting this next round with 4 workers, if not, yeah, around 4. You're starting this next round with at least 4 workers, and starting it with 8 coins.
Well, if he had not built that dwelling, he could have gone Sanctuary and still sent a priest to Earth.
Yeah, for me, I think building your econ out when there is no time you're supposed to build trading post, I think is better. But this is just a general disagreement I think we have, in that I am very hesitant to build my sanctuary unless it is a necessity.
For me with dwarves, I'm just like workers. And I'm just like, I want all the workers. So if I go Sanctuary, I now have an even more reason to take the Stronghold Sanctuary bonus style. I'm getting even more workers, workers. But coins are good. Coins are good.
Fakirs end up taking the Sanctuary Stronghold bonus tile and are going to double shovel next round. So not bad.
Yeah, he's right in the ship here. He's made good moves. Yeah. He's gonna double dig and go a temple next round, I would assume. He doesn't have. Oh, yeah, he doesn't have any coins. I wouldn't be surprised if instead of taking double dig, he goes 7 coin action into maybe even a sanctuary next round. That seems wrong, but no, Logus doesn't do that. I don't think. From seeing Logus's games, he would go double temple over sanctuary like every time, as a good Fakir's player would do.
So it seems that he's not making a town out of his temple at all, unless he's bridging to the north, which I don't think he's going to get before the dwarves do.
So this is something that I actually really like about Fakirs. It didn't exactly happen in this game, but something Fakirs can do is you'll usually get 2 temples by the end of round 2. So you can put the first temple somewhere that you don't even care about. Like, you don't even have plans for a town with it. And you can just put it there for a bunch of leech. And then your second temple is really where you want your sanctuary. And that's not really for leech. It's where you actually want your sanctuary. And I think that's kind of what he did here. He put his... Well, I mean, he was forced to put his temple there because that's the only place he had a neighbor. So, as I said, like, it didn't really apply here. But that's something really nice about Fakirs.
Yeah, it is. It is very nice. I'm not sure, like you said, I'm not sure if it applies here. They theoretically could, on the first turn, next turn, go ahead and use the carpet flight and double shovel that gray. I'm not sure if it's worth it, but it is a thing that can happen.
It's not gonna happen.
Wow, way to be a rude dude.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
I don't think it is either, but
back to the dwarves game. They did go another dwelling, not a trading house. And I think of all the options they had, this was the worst one.
Yeah, I don't love that particular outcome for them. I get that they have plenty of coins next round and they're gonna be fine, but
Like for me, I think the way I see it is this is just strictly worse than going sanctuary. Like you're losing out on 4 points. You have 1 extra worker income.
yeah,
But like you also lost out on 2 coins from Earth 2. I feel like you're losing out on much more than you'd be gaining here. So I think of all the options, this was the worst. Like you could go dwelling trading house, or you could go.
yeah. So let's see what he's going to do now. We're gonna see him go into, I'm gonna say probably a trading post at first, or at least get enough dwellings out to then put a trading post out there, if he can even do that. So he's gonna be putting what seems to be, yeah. If he gets workers, he can do 3 dwellings, which isn't bad at all.
Oh, cultist taking that red hex.
Yep. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Yeah, I guess if they're trying to connect, that red hex is very, very important.
It's either that or the black hex north, B5.
Yeah.
But he needs 3 shipping before he can hop on that, and that's not gonna happen for a while.
Yeah.
And I think dwarves could get over there before him.
Mm-hmm.
Or sorry, not dwarves, darklings.
Darklings, yeah.
Oh man, I love Darkling's game.
Darkling's
Even though they're trapped, like I think he could even get 2 towns next round depending on how he plays it.
Yeah. He could get 2 towns via Fire 1. Fire 2.
Fire 1? I was
Fire,
gonna say
Fire 1. Sorry, I'm thrown off by other games that I'm playing. That's what I will state on that one. There are other games.
Are you playing are you going big econ? Big
always,
econ bizzle?
I always go big econ.
Big econ bizzle
is my state of life.
I'm glad that I changed your perspective on econ.
Well, I always wanted to be an econ man, but
but you were just like Earth 1.
It's like you got to go Earth 1. What are you doing?
Now you're a monster.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny because so I've been playing Snowman for a while, right? And I skipped out on last season due to me forgetting that it existed before the signups. And then, so this season I got back in, and I'm in Division 5, and I'm like, were these people always this bad? Right? Like, or am I just better? Am I just that much better? Like, I'm styling on these people now.
With giants.
With giants.
You first picked giants.
I did, and it's been the most fun game I've played. Okay, so we do see we did say coins being taken from Logus. Getting back into this game, right? Saw coins being taken. And we see that dwarves are tunneling around. They should take workers here, it seems like. If I were a betting man, I would say he's taking. No, he's not.
I think he's about to go Temple Water 1 into 2 trading houses next round.
Okay.
No, I take it back. He's not going to go Temple this round, unless if Water 1 becomes under threat.
Mm-hmm.
He'd rather leave that trading house up for the 3 coin income. Temple next round for Water 1. Tunnel with these 3 workers for the 2 points for dwellings.
Yeah, he's got to get those 2 points for dwellings. And where is he tunneling to?
Probably this, I don't even know what letter this is. The south gray hex.
Okay.
To the right of the cultists.
Yeah.
Dwelling, or below to the right, whatever.
Helping him connect.
Yep, and then he just needs this green hex, which I don't see anyone taking this green hex. Nobody wants the green hex.
Yeah, Green Hex is his.
The only
Darklings.
person that would maybe take it would be Darklings, and like they're not going to get there. I don't
Yeah,
think.
they're all the way at the north. It's not even a consideration for them. It's a voyage to that hex. It is not a day trip to that hex. It's a voyage. Oh, I do like this. I very much like this move. It allows him.
Yeah, another town.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good move. Yeah. Oh, did he use his bonus style for that?
No. Oh, maybe. Oh,
4 power to worker. Or 4 power to it. Oh yes, Logus. I predicted it. Oh yeah, he went Sanctuary, Water 1, Fire 1.
I love it.
I like
love
that.
it. He's gonna be able to get a town next round. He's not too far behind. I would say his economy is pretty far behind. But
So the thing about his economy being behind is I don't know how much. I think cultists being only on the eastern half of the map and 2 of their brown hexes being taken at the north of the map from Darklings, that network aspirations for cultists are going to be rough.
mm-hmm.
And Darklings, they are not going to have 3 structures connected, so network for them will also be rough. So I think Fakir's could fairly easily get at least 12 points in network.
Okay.
He also has 2 econ favors, so that also has to get factored into his economy.
That's fair. That's fair.
Now, if he goes 2 trading houses next round, like I expect, he's only going to have 2 dwellings on the board. I assume it'll be 2 trading houses and a dwelling. He's going to have 5 workers. He'll take the flight town, and then he will fly once. Hopefully sniping B4 before Darklings can get it.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's only producing 2 workers. The following round, he'll just place a few dwellings, and the last round he'll build a few trading houses and a few dwellings. But he won't hit the last 2 rounds. He'll just be flying the rest of the game, which I mean is a good way for. It's a good way for him to score points.
Yeah, definitely.
But I'm not sold on what FadiB did this round. I think rather than building the 2 dwellings, so I like the first dwelling north on the brown hex. I think rather than building on the black and the brown hex, you build on the black hex on the west, the one that's already black, and then the brown hex southeast, and start to set up for 2 towns, and maybe even pull off 2 towns in round 4.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to pull off 2 towns this round or this game.
He might be able to with Fire 2. Yeah. But I think I like that line, the line I just said, a little better.
Yeah, I think he's a little ambitious for next round.
Although he is getting 7 coins, and he's gonna produce 9 workers, and he already has 3. So that's 12 workers, and 6 plus 7 is 13 coins. 12 workers and 13 coins go a long way. So I could be wrong. He could definitely still have 2 towns here.
That long of a way? I don't know about a super long way. Okay. So we're waiting on. It looks like we're waiting on Moose to figure out what he's doing. Mouse. Sorry. This man is a mouse, not a moose. Let's see. What do you think he should be doing? Taking workers. I'll start with that one. He's taking workers.
Yeah, that's something you do.
That is something you do.
I was saying that they need so many workers, but I look at his coins now, and I'm just like 5 coins, 3 income. That's 8 coins. But you're gonna have 9 workers, and assuming your plan, and it looks like it's his best plan to go temple, trade nows. I mean that alone costs 11 coins. I think it was probably best. I mean, maybe he was just stalling for the dwelling bonus.
Yeah.
Get that when Bowser passes here, assuming he passes next move, which I don't see what he would be doing. Then it might be reasonable. I mean, he's leading himself to a coin town, probably, which isn't great points, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah. So he does. Yeah, he needs. Yeah, Sanctuary, Trading Post. Which he. Yeah, he can get it. That's just going to be a difficult endeavor for him. He also has to build a bridge before he passes, because Bowser has to build a bridge as well. And Bowser will do it first, because he is passing first.
Oh,
So.
interesting thing here with Logus's bonus tile.
Huh?
He took the worker in power, realizing that he's very short on workers.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he's got.
So typically you would go priest there, right? You need to just have as many priests as possible so you can just fly everywhere. But he's definitely worker short, and I think that was really good of him.
What does he need as far as workers go?
Well, so when I say that, I'm looking into the future. Ooh, dwarves with the trade now. I'm looking into the future, seeing, hey, Logus is building 2 trading houses next round for his town. Where's his worker economy after he builds those 2 trading houses? It's just not there.
Yeah.
Dwarves building another trading house.
Oh, he doesn't build. Oh no, he doesn't build the bridge before he passes. This is a huge mistake.
Who building the bridge?
Bamboo Mouse should have built the bridge before he passed.
I don't think he's going for 2 towns necessarily next round.
Okay.
Now, if he was supposed to. I agree with that.
Okay, he does have the opportunity to block Cultist from.
Yeah, there's that.
But in reality, Cultist just should have blocked him. Cultist going for a water 1.
There's kind of a water 1 rush here, right? So
Yeah.
There's only 1 left, and it's between Bamboo and FadiB. FadiB, I can assume wants it, but
FadiB can't get it though. FadiB doesn't have a trading post out.
Yeah, I mean, he probably doesn't get it.
Yeah. So there is a rush for it, but there isn't. Everyone has tempo in FadiB, so it doesn't really matter.
Bamboo, I think, just decided with that stronghold, saying like, "Hey, I don't want water 1. I'll take it next round if it's still there."
Yeah. I'm not sure how I feel about this stronghold. This stronghold seems to be a.
So it's 4 points, right? He's got the bonus tile.
Yeah.
There are 1, 2, 3, 4 tunnelable gray hexes left, and he still has to tunnel that green hex. So he's gonna get 5 workers back out of it, presumably. So I mean, the stronghold's not that bad. I just think I want water 1 there.
Yeah, I definitely want.
I think I just want points.
I also would like points. Fan of points. Let's see. We have BowserHugs upgrading BowserHugs still not taking the bridge here. This is going to be a killer for him.
Bowser's going for the other town. He's not going for that town this round, it looks.
Yeah, seems like it.
And I don't think dwarves are going for the eastern town either. But now, if neither of them take a bridge this round, that could lead into trouble because someone could bridge block in the last round, or does anybody? No, it doesn't look like there's any other bridge towns that are going to be forming. But someone could definitely bridge block round 6.
Yeah, I know that bridge blocking is a thing. It's just, for me, I just wonder why. I know it happens, And in the Giants game that I'm playing, I could get bridge block at the end of the game,
Ooh,
but
if I was your opponent, I'd just be like, bam.
just bridge block it.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, the reason you bridge block is if you're sitting there and you're just like, I have 3 power. This power is just gonna end up being 3 coins. These 3 coins don't do me anything. You know what? You don't get a town anymore. You just lost 10 points. And also, just the threat of bridge blocking makes you A, have to pass early
Yep.
on round 5, and B, have to take a first action. So me threatening your bridge block says, hey, I can pass second, get your booster that you or your passing tile that you had to leave early, and didn't get a passing tile for, just for a bridge. All this stuff just for a bridge. So just the threat of being able to bridge block is pretty huge.
Yeah, I agree. And I'm experiencing that exact same thing in my current game. So, right there with you. Okay, so we
Ooh.
see that Fatty did get Water 1, so it seems that Bamboo will definitely not get Water 1 this game. Right now,
Logus is doing good stuff. Logus
yeah, Logan is doing good stuff.
is turning this game around. Presumably building another dwelling here or passing next move for the dwelling bonus.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think he's by far the best player at the table, right? So.
Oh, I wouldn't say by far, but by a decent margin.
Yeah, I mean, relatively, yes. Okay, so they are going. He is just going for this. I would have loved to see Fire 2 from him, but unfortunately, that product placement was not in his budget.
Fire 2 and 2 towns this round would have been interesting. I don't think it's necessarily more points than just building a trading house and getting your economy good.
That's fair. Yeah, his economy is doing much better now. I am one to sell out my economy at the drop of a hat. So
I've seen that. And now you're just big econ bizzle.
Well, okay, I'm big econ until I need to do something. Then I say, you know what? Who needed the big econ? It's fine.
The balance of this game is very interesting on when to keep your economy going and when to just be like, hey, I need points.
Oh, Bamboo Moose giving the cultist the power move. That's rough. That is. He gave him the power move he needed to get to 8.
Yeah, I'm just very surprised that cultist town decision.
Yeah,
He took the ship town.
Shipping town is not great.
Seems like, I mean, I will say the 2 cult town doesn't look very appealing anymore.
Yeah, now that they got blocked in Earth Cult.
But
At least
I would lean towards an 8-pointer there.
Yeah.
Because like I don't feel like if I'm cultist here, I don't feel like anybody's really pushing cults. I feel like I'm gonna basically win them at ease.
Well, if that's the case, then why bother with cult towns?
So 8-point towns is just I mean, yeah, that's reasonable. My instinct's always just like 8-point town. Like no matter what faction I am, I'm just like, hey, this 8-point town is very nice.
I get 8 points and effectively 2 priest. I'm in.
Yeah, exactly. It's good stuff. The thing is, like, it's 6 more points and only 1 cult on each step less. The big thing is the key, but I don't think you need 3 keys this game. But I'm just not a huge fan of the ship town. You have 3 priests in your supply. If you're gonna go for a ship town, like, just take a 6 coin town.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I feel like he's producing 2 priests around. He's gonna run out of places to use the priests, I think.
Mm-hmm. And now Moose starts dwarving around everywhere. So
yeah, I'm not a huge fan of what Mouse has done.
Sorry, Mouse.
This game, I'm really not. I think he's made a few moves that are questionable, like the stronghold, like the 2 dwellings in round 3 or in round 2. Sorry, in round 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of everything he's done, and I think the score kind of shows that.
Yeah. I mean, I think he is one of the weakest players in the tournament, and that's okay. And I think when it's interesting to say like somebody that's the weakest player at this tournament, because this kid probably beats everybody at his table or in his friend group enough to tell him that they don't want to play Terra Mystica with him anymore. Like, so it's difficult to say that any of these players are weak, right? Because they're all strong, probably in their community. It's just when you get to the top of the charts, it's just difficult for you to have somebody, or it's difficult to go up against. The skill gap between the highest rated player and a few ranks below that, or even just the next rank down, is really, really, it's a drop. It is an absolute drop.
For sure. I know at my home group I played the game once and then we never played it again.
Yep.
Like, you know.
And that's become the thing with my group as well. They'll say it's a yeah, we could play Terra Mystica or we could play anything else where you may lose.
You see, and like my philosophy is just like, why I want to play the best players so that I lose and then I learn, but some people don't have that like aspiration to become the best at a game.
Yeah.
And I don't fully get that, but like if you just want to play games casually, you know, you want to play games casually. You just want to have a fun time with it, and you know, that's your decision. I personally like to go, and if I play a game, I want to learn it. I want to be the best at it.
Yeah.
But not everybody thinks that way, and you know, you're allowed to have fun playing games. I mean, I have fun playing games.
You can also have both opinions, right? So, like, for instance, I when I'm playing Agricola, right, I have no aspirations to be the best player at Agricola, right? I play Agricola as casually as humanly possible with my level of abilities.
Oh, don't
right?
say that. Lumen's watching this.
But I already have a game that I'm really good at, and that is my game that I'm good at, right? I can't deep dive into 20 games, right? I have to pick and choose which ones I'm gonna dedicate my life to. And at times, right? I mean, dedicating your life to a game is a very strong wording, right? But there are people who have dedicated, so for instance, right? Us with Terra Mystica, we've dedicated a lot of time to this game, right?
Oh yeah.
And so anybody who isn't ready to dedicate that amount of time to it, I can understand why they'd say, I would rather not play with somebody who has dedicated, you know, many hours a week to this thing. So
that's fair.
And on this, back to this whole thing we were talking about with players who are slightly below like what the tournament as a whole, right? I was watching GSL this morning. I was catching up on the GSL VOD, Global StarCraft 2 League. For those of you who don't know what GSL is, right?
I didn't know what it was.
Yeah, it's the 24 best StarCraft players in Korea, right? And it was the first game that I watched, right? It was a just smackdown from one player to another. And it was and like I said, these are the top 24 players in the world. They're qualifiers. There is a huge amount of prize money into this, right? This is a prestigious tournament. And it was an absolute smackdown. He made him look like he had just started playing the game. So that skill gap does happen even in the highest ranks of tournaments. Like this one. Welcome to the highest rank of Terra Mystica tournaments.
Well, are we considering this higher than the TM Tour?
Yes.
It's definitely the highest ranked live.
I think you can't. as much as I would love to say you can compare them, I don't think you compare.
I don't think you compare them either. They're very different.
Yeah. And they're very. Oh no. Oh no, what happened? Sorry, I have now witnessed the sanctuary from Bamboo Moose and not getting the town. Oh.
He went Sanctuary, like, this still baffles me. Yeah, he went Sanctuary Air 1. He could have put Sanctuary earlier for Water 1.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess he needed the 6 coins from his town, but, like,
yeah,
I don't know. I think he's messing this game up.
I mean, that's fair. Again, this is just the way life is. So let's catch up on the action we have missed.
I think FadiB's going for 4 towns over here.
He really is, and I'm not sure this man is getting it, but I love it.
I don't think he is either. I think when he made a town without fire too, I think he's giving up on 4 towns.
He needs that fire too. Let me tell you. I don't think I unless you're building all your buildings, which you're probably not as a Darklings player, right? It is going to be very difficult.
If I look at Zekon, he might build like a lot of his buildings.
Yeah, but not all of them. And I think you have to build all of them.
No. I think it'll take 4, 8, 12. He needs 1, 2, 3. He needs to build 4 more structures.
Mm-hmm.
So he can still do it, I think. Let's count it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he needs to build all but his stronghold.
Okay,
or leave a temple and a dwelling left on your board.
Okay. He
can only have 3 power with a structures left on his board.
And that's with fire too, correct?
That's with fire too.
Okay, yeah, this isn't gonna be that difficult then. I think
he might be able to do it if.
I mean, he's got to get the spades for this too, so that's the difficult part of this. Is getting the spades for it.
Well, I mean, his spades are priests. That's all he needs. He just needs, let's see. He gets 2 spades here as his cult spades. Then he just needs 3 on the red hex, and then he presumably needs to get just 1 more hex, so he just needs like 5 more digs, and he has 6 priests minimum.
Yeah.
So he's got the digs.
Does have the digs.
Got the digs.
Okay, where is...
This game looks like it's FadiB's.
Yeah, this game definitely looks FadiB's.
I don't see a way he loses this. I guess Logus scoring I don't even see how Logus scores a ton of points on flights.
Yeah, because
he lost 2 yellows east.
Yep.
G4, G7.
Yes. Let's see, G4 and G4, G7. Oh yeah. Yes, he did. Yes. Okay. It is sometimes very difficult if you're not used to saying the numbers.
See, I only know a few rows. I mean, obviously A, B, C, that's like easy. But once you get down to lower rows, I only know the G row because we've been talking so much like about G6 Swarmlings recently in our Discord server.
Okay.
That's the only reason I know the G row.
At G row. Okay, so let's see what else is happening. Coins are taken, obviously, because it's the first move of a round. So somebody's taking coins.
You gotta just leave that little X on it.
Yeah, when we play Tabletop Simulator, you just leave the X on it.
If you ever decide to play Terra Mystica, like any version of Terra Mystica on Tabletop Simulator, just leave the X on the 7 coins.
Yeah, just easier that way. You might as well lock it into place even.
Oh, we should start doing that. Because then you can drag all the rest of them off.
I have locked into place, and people are like, "No, you gotta take it off." And then I say, "Guys, what are you?"
Who would say that?
Logus says this.
Temple for FadiB. Probably fire 2? Or is he just gonna go scoring points and he's gonna score Air 1?
He's going Air 1.
I say he's going fire too.
He's gonna go Air 1.
Oh,
There we go.
going Air 1. Oh,
Yeah.
man. I mean, he can still build another temple in the
Yeah.
last round. In the last round.
I mean, he can build another temple this round.
I mean, he could, but like he's trying to go for 4 towns if he does that, and then I don't think he can do it. Hot take.
Oh, you
Hot
little
take.
faith.
If Fatty builds another temple this round, he can't get 4 towns.
I've been wrong about my hot takes too.
I don't think it's wrong. I mean, unless if you just take like 2 power towns next round. And nobody ever. I mean, you should just like stop playing Terra if you take 2 power towns in one game.
Okay, let's not insult the viewers who take 2 power towns. Okay, those viewers exist, and I feel called out as one of them. At least when they're 8 points. When we go, so sometimes my friends and I will take the game a little cash, right? We'll take a little Sharpie and be like, oh, 6. No, we got to put that 8 there. That's how you get the 8-point power town.
You should get like a 10-point power town.
Oh no, that's too much. Let's not. I mean, we're armchair balancing. We're not lazy boy balancing.
I think if the power town was 11 points, I'd rather just take the 11-pointer and not get and not get the 8 power.
Jesus Christ. Hot take machine over here. All right, back to this game. All right, so we are looking at a Fire 3 from Logus.
Oh man, he did it wrong. Fire 2 wins games.
No, it doesn't win him games. It wins certainly some games, but not his games.
I'm kind of curious on that. Why is Fire 3 better than Air 1? Oh, you can't get Air 1. Oh, duh.
Yeah, that's why.
I knew that.
That's why I said Air 1 was being taken rather than Fire 2, because there was only one Air 1 left. If you'd been paying attention to the amount of favors there were, you'd have gotten him. But it's fine. Sometimes you forget that. All right, back to the action. Back to the action. Gripping action over here.
Oh, interesting thing here.
Yeah.
Who's passing early for the Stronghold and Sanctuary bonus?
Oh, that's a tough one. I'm gonna say Cultist.
See, I don't think it's Cultist. I think it's Dwarves or Darklings. Anyone but Cultists, to be honest.
Anyone but Cultist.
Because I'm sitting here and I'm seeing that they have a dig still for their for their bonus style.
Okay.
And are they gonna give up on that? Like, I don't think so. Oh, and Fatty is going for the 4 towns. Look at him go. Style points.
Fatty is making a beautiful 4 town. Watch Fatty go Super Saiyan in these games and just take first.
I've been saying that I think Fatty's better than people give him credit for. Like, he's only a 432, but when he plays, he plays.
That's what I'm saying. I also wrote this in my prediction thread. So
This is true.
So,
But,
I mean,
I wouldn't be surprised if Logus lost this one. Your predictions go down the toilet.
I predicted Ryan winning Fire Night. So
You got that one.
I got that one.
I mean, you may have predicted it beforehand, but during the game, you're just like, no way, no chance.
Yeah, I didn't. Terra Mystica is a game of complete information, and I need incomplete information to make my best assessments.
Dwarves throw priest to air. Who's sitting after Fakirs? Cultists are sitting after the Fakirs. So another reason the cultists don't really have to pass early here for the bonus styles. They're sitting after Fakirs, so they can just pass right after Fakirs do, and boom, you have a bonus style.
I love it. Okay, I made a prediction and it was wrong. I accept this.
It's not necessarily wrong.
Oh, a double spade. I don't love the
Kablam.
double spade.
It's a double spade. What's not to love?
Well, okay. Here's why I don't love the double spade. Right. he's not getting the extra point. He's not getting any points for any of his dwellings that he's building, right? He's not making towns with them.
Well, flight points.
Yeah,
And network points.
The second spade doesn't give you flight points.
That's fair. That's fair.
So one single spade seems to me like the correct call if he's spading anywhere.
He was probably supposed to pass there for the Stronghold Sanctuary bonus.
Yeah, that's fair. I would rather a single spade, but who am I? All right, so we see Bamboo Moose going with the temple. Bamboo Mouse going with the temple. I swear I will get this name right at some point during this broadcast.
It's really interesting to me that nobody wants to pass early for this Stronghold Sanctuary bonus.
I don't think players are people who pass early. I really don't. At least I don't.
I think it's important though to pass early.
And I will never do this correctly. I will state this much. I don't. I'm very bad at it.
So the other thing that comes with passing early here, not only do you get the bonus, but you also get the 7 coins action. Like, what's not to love? 2 workers, a coin, plus 7 coin action, plus the Stronghold Sanctuary bonus. Like, I just don't see why Air 3 there was so important for dwarves that they couldn't just pass there.
Yeah, that's fair.
And now FadiB gets it. Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah, dwarves don't get...
Darklings now get... Yeah, Logus makes a comment in chat. Like, Darklings now get the bonus tile, presumably 8 points, plus 2 workers, plus a coin, plus the 7 coins action. Like, what's not to love about this?
Yeah, I know. It's very good. Very, very good. I think these are those little mistakes that you will make that you just need to clean up over time. And I don't know what else to say about that. There's just those little mistakes happen, right? Those little mistakes will always happen.
Yeah, no matter what level you play at, you're gonna make mistakes.
Yeah, and especially at the lower levels, right? You're gonna be seeing those little mistakes. And that's kind of what you have to fix. So let's see. Moose is going ahead and founding a town. What is he founding with this town? He's taking the 8 power town. This is a man who knows how to take a power town.
Oh no.
This is a man who knows how to take a power town.
Oh man. I wouldn't even take that if it was 11 points. Don't take it at 6 points.
Well, hot take machine over here.
Oh no. I mean, what's the like when you take a power town, you have to ask yourself, you know, what does this actually give me?
I understand this thought process. I do.
Because like you take the 2 workers action. Why don't you just take the 7 points in 2 workers? That's 1 more point.
Let me knock out my BattleNet. Didn't realize this was still up. There we go.
Bowser passed right after Fakirs, like I predicted them to do. That's very good for them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looks like Bamboo is in last by a fair margin.
Mm-hmm.
Cultists have nice cult points. It looks like to me that Cultists and Fakirs are battling it out for second, and FadiB has this. Pretty nice.
Let's go Bowser.
You're going Bowser? Then I'll take Logus.
Okay. Well, to say I'm going Bowser is a strong statement. Oh, you know what we missed here? And this is a beautiful, well, not a beautiful miss, but this is definitely a miss on our part. Is that the that black hex for black or for Darklings got taken.
Yep. I didn't really miss that. I just didn't say anything about it.
You gotta say something, man. You gotta call it out. Be like, hey, and Black Hag's gone.
The reason I didn't say anything is like this just doesn't cause really any problems for Fatty.
It really doesn't.
He has 3 priests. He has 4 priests, and so what? You double dig a green, you single dig a blue, and you still have a priest to spare.
This is a little ridiculous. I'll state that much. This is a little ridiculous. It's a little ridiculous.
This is what happens when you're first seed Darklings and you just get fed all the leech. I would have loved to see a triple econ here.
I swear to God.
I could only imagine.
You talking about this triple econ?
I mean, he would have thrown the game if he did that, but like, it's so fun. I did it once. It didn't work.
You're like, what's the point of playing if you're not going to throw the game?
Exactly. Yeah, that's why I lost this morning in my most pathetic Nomads game ever.
Exactly. So.
All right, well, let's see. If Fatty at 10, 20, 34 resources, I assume he has enough for 4 towns. I don't see how he doesn't. Oh yeah, he does have enough. I just counted it all out.
I love it. I'm excited about it. And I really
4
want to
towns. 4 towns is beautiful. I love to see it. And he's still gonna have network aspirations, like Paul. Like he's still getting network points.
That's ridiculous. This is getting to should be illegal territory. I'm not sure.
You got one person taking power towns and the other person at 18 coins, 16 workers.
Yeah, this is getting into
There's the temple for fire too. Oh yeah. Although this is kind of questionable to me. I feel like you got to take this green hex first, north.
Why the green hex first, north?
If you don't get that, you're not able to get the towns, right?
That's fair. Yep.
And like the next 3 moves aren't gonna be fire 2, fire 2, fire 2. I mean, it'd be kind of hilarious, but like the worst case scenario, like you lose out on 1 town, like. Ugh.
Okay, yeah, yeah, fire 2 is necessary here. Fire 2 is a necessity, but also that green hex is a necessity. But I guess my question is, who's taking that green hex from you? I guess dwarves could take it. Dwarves can't even take it.
My question is, who's taking fire 2? Not all 3 of them. The green hex has higher chances of being taken than, or at least, like, yeah, it has a higher chance of being taken than fire 2.
They're both at a chance of 0, in my opinion. That's like neither of them are getting taken, so it is what it is. Nobody has the workers. I guess theoretically Colt is good, but like for what possible human purpose?
Also, the win rate of Fire 2 is pretty high in this tournament.
The win rate of Fire 2 is actually really high.
Like, imagine what our tournament would do.
This is great. This is great advertising for this tournament. I'm just saying.
This is like anybody that's new to this game, just take Fire 2. Like round 1. Round 1 if you have to.
Okay, let's not go round 1. Maybe round 3.
3? I don't know. That's a little late for a Fire 2. It just gives such good econ.
All right, so we've got Fire 2 down. Very exciting. So we see, yeah, he's gonna do that, yeah. What's really funny is I think these, even more than these green hexes, the black hexes are more likely to get taken. At least the one near Near Logus. I guess he's at this point finding it out for second, and he's not trying to kill the first player because there is no killing the first player.
There really isn't. There really isn't.
So it's going to be a lot of Bowser and Logus just fighting it out and seeing who wins. I'm really interested in why this town hasn't been made by Bowser yet. This town is so important, and it's one thing away, and he's got to do it at some point.
Well, he just built the sanctuary last move.
Okay, that's fair. I see your point. I wonder if he's trying to sneak something in. If he's trying to sneak into the top of Air Cult. I doubt it's going to work. Yeah, it's 100% not going to work. Did the math. It doesn't work.
Man. I just love the mountain of resources Fatty has.
Oh,
it's like
it is a mountain. It is 1,000% a mountain of resources.
Like mountains. Oof. It's basically triple econ. He's basically cheating. Like triple econ is so good that you should just like it's cheating.
Going triple econ over here. What are you doing? Oh, Lordy.
Next season, if I play, I just, like in the prelims, I gotta just be like triple econ.
Don't style on kids with triple econ in the prelims. Like,
it definitely depends on the table. Like if I'm just like, oh man, these guys are good, I won't.
This is the prelims.
I don't know, but if I get in on triple econ, I should just win the tournament, right?
No, that's not how this tournament works. It's not.
You can't just make an executive decision that like I just played the coolest and the best game. I just don't win.
No. Exactly. Let's start with that one. And also, it's not who can style on like kids who can style on scrubs the most. Like that's not how it is. That's not the point of the tournament. Oh my. Oh my lord. I will say, this game is going a lot faster than the last game did.
I mean, it's still at 2 hours. Well, I guess we started a little late because
we started a little late.
Bamboo was nowhere to be seen.
Bamboo came in about 5 minutes late. He came in fashionably late to the tournament. Okay? He came in running to his PC to not get disqualified.
He said he was sleeping.
He had to take a nice nap, and then that's the mentality that's the problem here is that when you get to this mentality of like, oh, I gotta go, right? It just becomes difficult to perform. So I can see why he's having some issues. Okay, so back to this.
Then again, sleep is good.
I mean, I agree. Back to let's go back to these problems that we're having over here. Back to this triple econ Darklings. Okay, so he does take this hex. It is the other hex he has to take.
Well, finally, Fatty got that green hex. I was wondering if he wasn't ever going to get it.
I mean,
if someone was just like, I've had enough of him floating this hex.
I don't think anyone else cares about it. I think Bamboo could have done something about it, but I don't. Why would he do it? What is he doing that for? Okay. It's now the time to take the town. I think now's the time to take the town.
Is it? I don't know.
Please.
Should we put bets on when he's gonna take the town?
Bowser, you gotta take the town.
Like I'd say not this move, but the next move.
He's taking it this move.
Because now Fatty for the Fatty doesn't have shipping. I was gonna say for the fun of it, you could dig that brown hex northeast. That would be fun. I think I would do that.
What's even the point of digging that brown hex?
He does do the. Oh man,
he's got the town. Okay, he's doing the town.
He's doing the town.
Yeah, this is just simple stuff. This is just cleanup duty on this town. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so he's getting 5th in network no matter what, or 5th. He's getting 5th in network. Okay, like I'm getting 4th in network. Bowser's getting 5th. Getting 5th in network comes with -1 fantasy points. So, anyways, okay, so he takes the priest down. So, Fatty is not.
Bowser. Oh, that's 6 to be you because you have him on your team. So you'd be getting -1 fantasy.
Oh,
points.
I'm not. Yeah, I know.
Change that rule. Change that rule.
That was the joke. There is no joke. There is no actual rule about this. Okay, what town did he take? Okay, so he takes workers. Okay. I'm curious.
I mean, that's like a tunnel.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Sorry, it was not cultists who see the workers. I was very confused because I saw the wrong thing. Yeah,
Although, come to think of it. Oh, is it wrong?
I think it's
He's
wrong.
not able to build 3 dwellings. He's 3 coins short.
Yeah. So. And he has the okay, so he has 1. Is that including the priest there?
Yeah, because he needs 6 workers for the 3 tunnels. He's 3 coins short.
Yeah, he should have taken the priest.
Yeah.
Would have stopped Darkness from taking the priest too.
8-point town? That's a point. That's a point. No, Fakirs have a cult. It depends if they. Yep, there it goes.
Yeah. So it was priest.
It looks like priest was the way to go there.
Yeah, but sometimes
2-point difference. It's like
Yeah, it's not. That's not what's breaking his game. Okay, that's 100% not what's breaking his game.
Yeah, agreed.
All right, so now we're coming down to between Logus and Bowser. How you feeling about this? Are you still on Logus' side on this one?
No.
Really?
Look at cult points. And look at who has the pass style.
That's fair.
I think Logus comes in 3rd this game. Bowser getting 2nd, and Fatty winning.
That's rough. Oh, that's real rough.
It's real rough.
Yeah, it really hurts.
But you know what? It happens.
It really hurts Logus' shot at getting out of this group.
Yeah, for sure.
He's gonna need Fatty to come in. Oh wow, he's gonna need Fatty to come in a hard 3rd
or 4th.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's happening.
Oh, neither.
I may have.
Fatty came to play today, and Fatty's gonna win. If he wants to win, he's gonna win.
Yeah, I may have put too much pressure on the kid. I put a lot of pressure on the kid.
You gave him the streamer curse.
I did.
Caster curse.
The caster curse.
Yeah.
The caster curse is real. And okay, I gave him the writer curse. The caster curse is when you do it in while you're casting it. But yeah, I gave him the writer curse. For those of you who don't know this, in my predictions thread, my write-up and predictions thread, I said that the only way he doesn't get out of this group was if an asteroid hits him on his way to his computer. So now, obviously, there are other things that could have happened, right?
I read that thing at work, and I literally laughed out loud. I was like, "This is so funny." I was like, "Who comes up with this stuff?"
I mean, hold on. There are other ways where he could have lost this group too, not including Fatty getting 4 towns, right?
Fatty took a power town. Oh no. That's
he
gross.
does. I think he had to take the power town. I think
to do it with a stronghold, he had to. He could have done it with a dwelling.
Yeah, but that stronghold's worth a lot of points.
Yeah, I mean it's a lot of points.
So, okay. So, anyways, there is. So this, the ways he could have lost, besides Fatty getting first, right? His internet going out, right?
But then you just pick it up on phone.
Sleeping in.
Sleeping in.
Almost happened to
that's
Mouse.
true.
Almost happened to the Mouse.
Sure, that's true. That's true. That could have happened.
Yeah, all that could have happened. And it looks like,
but it started at 1 o'clock, and for well, I think Logus's time zone. I think it's Eastern.
I think so.
I think it's Eastern. So how are you gonna sleep that long for Eastern time?
I don't know. I've slept until 5 p.m. You've known that I've gotten up at 5
Yeah,
p.m.
you have done that because we were gonna have a 4 o'clock game, and you're just like, "Sorry guys, I was asleep," and I was just like, "Are you kidding?"
Oh, you know what I didn't mention earlier, right? Oh, he is 2 hours ahead of us. He's 2 hours.
Okay.
Sorry, he's an hour ahead of you. It's an hour ahead of you.
An hour ahead of me.
Yeah.
Okay, so that means he had until 2 o'clock then. He
Yeah,
had
yeah.
until 2 o'clock.
Yeah, I get it. Okay, you're taking this joke and you're just running with it too far. It's just we're pulling back. We're pulling out of this, right? So what I didn't mention about this group is actually the most international group we have in this tournament. Every country there is a different country for every player, and you have 2 American casters. So
you need to kick me out and get somebody else in here.
Okay, well let's not go too far here, right? I think you're just fine. So I don't know. You talking about Triple Econ Darklings again? We may have a problem though.
I mean, Fatty's basically playing Triple Econ Darklings.
Basically,
he's got a bigger economy than my Triple Econ Darklings. Let's be real here.
That's fair.
I did not get nearly this many structures out for Triple Econ Darklings.
Okay, so he's got to convert a priest into a coin. Yeah, he's got to hard convert a priest into a coin.
No, I think he's going a dwelling and then using those resources from the power town to increase shipping.
Oh, okay.
He could just go stronghold though, but the dwelling's also gonna help him for network because it's gonna tie him with Logus on network and beat Cultus on network. So this dwelling is huge.
Mm-hmm. Also, Mouse takes network, and everyone else ties for it. In an interesting turn of events.
No, Bowser's still fifth in network.
1, 2, 3, 4. I can't count. Still fifth in network.
He's still fifth in network. You still beat him.
Got it.
Yep, he's doing the dwelling.
Yeah, and he's got to increase shipping.
Oh, and now Logus is blaming Caster's curse. Oh man.
Oh no. You can't blame the casters for poor performance. It is in bad form.
Nah, he could blame you if a meteor hit him.
Yeah, 100%. 100% he could blame me if a meteor hits him. That is on me, and I would feel bad for probably the rest of my life. However, blaming me for your poor performance, I will say this much. A tournament admin will look into these chat logs and see if anything needs to be done about it. Okay? We have tournament admins. They will be looking at this chat log for any form of harassment. We take harassment very seriously at Fire 2 Open.
Fire 2 Studios.
Yeah, Fire 2 tournaments. Right. And that's actually serious. This is not actual harassment, so we don't take this as seriously.
This is 0% harassment.
This is 0% harassment. This is just him venting right now. And you know what? Let the man vent. Let the man vent at this point.
If he doesn't vent, he's not going to bring it for game 2.
Oh, yeah.
I need to see top tier Logus with.
Oh, Angry Logus is happening. It's Angry Logus.
Angry Logus is scary.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited about Angry Logus. This is gonna be a game. This is gonna be a game to behold. All right, so Darklings win by 12 miles. We know that much, and we have known that much for a very long time.
Well, Rainier saying in chat about how First Fire 2 has a 100% win rate. Oh man, how do you crush this?
Oh my!
Oh, Logan's got last.
Logus takes last in the group, or in this thing. He needs FadiB. No, there's no way he gets out now. There's no way he gets out.
It's almost 0. Oh no, he ties for third.
Oh, okay. Thank God.
How does that work?
I didn't put that in the.
You never thought anybody would tie?
I didn't put that in the actual thing. Considering it was based on TM format, then it's TM format, but I did not put that in the thing. That is a tournament admin. Chris will get back to you on this one. Because technically the man did get third, right? And I never said things were split.
Yeah, you did say it was TM format.
Oh, did I?
Both. I can look. I forget.
I do not know whether I said that. So
tiebreakers are broken by percentage points.
I didn't say anything about it.
Yeah.
He ties for third.
So they both get 0.5 of a point, right? They both get half a point.
Oh, this is a tough one. I will get back to you when I come back from break. When we come back from a break, that I will confer with a tournament admin and we will have a discussion about this. So, anyways, but yeah, they're gonna go ahead and go on a break. We're gonna wrap this game up with a nice little bow, right? So the bow to put on it is that Darklings were ridiculous levels of good here, and the man could have bid 30 or could have been gotten down to 0, almost 0.